So I'm sorry if you guys saw my hand in front of the camera. I was adjusting the volume. I forgot to do that before I hit the live button, so I'm sorry. But hello, if you are watching this on the replay, I'm just waiting to see if we're going to have anyone join us tonight. So they're just letting people know that I'm live. And as always, you guys know that we get started at 6:03. So if you are watching this on a replay, let me know how you've been. I have been very, very, very well. So, in case you missed it, yesterday was the release date for my newest ebook, The Key to Accountability: How to Hold Yourself and Others Accountable. And if you missed the pre order price for $9.99, it's going to be $14.99 for 2 weeks. And then after that, it's going up. So, make sure that you go to the link in the bio to get your copy. And basically, this ebook is for anyone who's wanted to achieve goals, but they always have starts and stops, or you've been asked to be someone's accountability partner. So I have a lot of tips and strategies to help you not only set your goals, but achieve your goals, and also support others on their journey as well. So again, the name of my newest ebook is The Key to Accountability: How to Hold Yourself and Others Accountable. So go to the link in the bio and get your copy. And as always, I still have How to Write a Book Without Breaking the Bank available, my first baby, my first ebook. So feel free to check that out. So we have someone who joined. My sister joined. Hi, Lawanda. So let me see what time it is. So one more minute and then we are going to get started. How are you, my love? Thank you. She said she loves the hair. I want to see yours next. Yeah, so we've both been having our twist in. So I'm ready to see hers. So hopefully I get to see that soon. Still waiting till 6:03. Yeah, and of course, with me announcing the release of my latest ebook, it is going to segue into what we are talking about tonight, why it's important for you to have digital products if you own a business. So it is 6:03 and it is time for us to start, and I am going to jump right into it because my goal is to not make these videos long. All right. All right, just my sister letting me know she'll be back. So, the reason why I decided to create digital products is because I saw a need for them. And I mentioned in previous videos, it probably was in the Can We Talk Fear of Success video, where I mentioned that I had been wanting to do a digital product off and on for years, but like I just never saw it through, right? And that is because I was struggling with imposter syndrome, with fear and anxiety, and getting in my own head. But once I was finally able to tackle all of those things and I was finally able to get it done, it just opened up the possibilities. Like your possibilities really are endless. And if you were able to make this one product and people bought it, you can make another one and people will buy that as well. And from my experiences with digital products, because as I mentioned, I'm on my second one now, I've learned a few things along the way. And I feel that this is essential for anyone who is a business owner or an entrepreneur, especially if you are in a service based industry. So I'm going to give you 3 points as to why I think that your business needs digital products. So, number one, it solidifies you as an expert in your field. As I just mentioned, I was struggling with imposter syndrome, and because I didn't go to college and study communications and English and creative writing, I felt as if no one was going to take me seriously as an editor, as a writer, because I didn't have these fancy titles and letters at the end of my name, right? And I was like, okay, so I'm not like these other people, and I don't know if people are going to want to work with me because at the time I started out on Fiverr. So you basically get traffic from their website, but I was scared to branch out on my own because I'm like, well, where is the client? Where are the clients going to come from? You know? And I'm just so grateful that I had just one client who trusted in me enough to trust me with a chapter, and then that led to a book. And that was 5 years ago. And I've done so many amazing things since then. And I realized that, okay, so you didn't go to school, you didn't train for this specific thing, but what you're operating in it's a gift. It's something that you just know how to do naturally. And it's something that I can't really explain to people how I knew how to do it. I just started doing it. And the more I did it, the better I became at it. And I realized that now I have all these years of experience to talk about. So even if I did come in a little timid and I was just afraid to test the waters and I was doing a little bit at a time. Now I'm fully in the water, and it's like I'm book coaching and I'll soon be launching something special in reference to book coaching, but I'll announce that soon. And I'm just continuing to add to the platform and what I'm offering and what I'm doing. And I realized that this is what solidifies you as an expert, the fact that you have the experience now. Hi, Colette. Wanted to make sure I said her name correctly. So I wanted to make sure that I was putting myself out there as an expert, that people knew that I knew what I was talking about and I wasn't being afraid to actually stand in that, and that I knew exactly what it is that I do, what I offer people, the value that I offer people. And having a digital product is a great way to get that out to people. So outside of having conversations with people, you can just direct them to your ebook, to your e-course, to your webinar, to your workshop, to let them know that, hey, this is what I do if you want to know more about me. And of course, that attracts more people. And once you start to put out digital products, it's kind of like a lead magnet. You don't necessarily have to advertise on your own, because once that's in front of people, they're going to get curious. They're going to want to know if you do other things, and they're going to start snooping around, going to your website, asking other people if they're familiar with you, have they worked with you before. So it's one of those things to where once you do the work, it is going to continue to work for you. So the first point was it solidifies you as an expert in your field. So the second point, and this is a big one for me, it frees up your time. I value my time so much. And during the time that I was struggling with imposter syndrome, I allowed people to waste my time a lot because I felt as if I had to have certain people come in, and it's like, okay, so if you come in and you talk to me, it has to lead to a sale, because if you don't, then I'm not going to be able to pay bills. And it was just this crazy experience. So I worked with a lot of people that in hindsight I probably should not have worked with, because they were not the ideal clients, but at the time I was looking at what was going to create income for me, so I worked with them anyway. And these clients, they just were a lot of work. And I had to explain things over and over to them. And this is before they even decided to work with me. And when you have people who haggle with you, they're unsure about the price because it's like they're not sure if they should invest in it. It's a lot of back and forth. So once I created my first ebook, I was able to direct people to it. If they come to me about editing or book coaching and they have all these questions, so once I'm able to answer the questions in our consultation, if they have more, they're not ready to book, that's perfectly fine. You can take time to check out my ebook. And if you have any questions after that, we can talk. And it really does free up a lot of my time, because I've had a lot of people who went back and forth with me and didn't even book with me, who pretended as if they were serious about working with me, and they still never signed a contract. I still will never understand why people do things like that, but they do. But now I don't have that to worry about, because I allow people to eliminate themselves, and even the people who decide to work with me after that. I don't have to answer a lot of questions once they come in, because they're familiar with the process. They know exactly what's expected of them. They know what's expected of me, because I outline the full process in my ebook from start to finish of everything that's involved. Because I've even had people who have said that, oh, it shouldn't be that much, because, but if you haven't been in the experience, how do you know what I should be able to do in the time frame that I should be able to do it? So in having digital products, I'm able to free up my time, and in some ways free up my clients' time too. Instead of them just having, this long list of questions, I can direct them to this resource and they're already answered for them. So again, if you're someone who is at that point in your career to where you spend a lot of time talking to clients, and clients who aren't booking, because it's natural for people to have questions, but when you get that feeling that this person might be a little difficult, and they're probably trying to coerce you into doing things that you normally wouldn't do so it could benefit them. So if you have those type of people, the best way to free up your time is direct them to your digital product, and it's going to save you a headache along the way, trust me. So the last thing, So I mentioned before that digital products, they solidify you as an expert in your field. It frees up your time. And number three, it helps you invest in your business. And this one was important for me as well because I've mentioned before that I did not become a business owner in the way that a lot of other people do. I didn't sit down one day and say, you know what? I'm going to start a writing and editing business. So let me do my research. Let me have my money ready to invest in it. That didn't happen for me. I was at a point to where I needed to figure out how I was going to keep money coming in because I had bills to pay. And I just thought about something that I knew how to do and something that I knew how to do well. So it's kind of like I planned the business after the business was already there. I didn't plan it out before. So it was a lot of things that I had to go back and do. And it was a lot of hiccups that I ran into along the way because it's kind of like I started the business backwards. So in the beginning, most of my income went to my expenses, and not even business expenses, just my regular expenses, bills that I had to pay. And it was very little left over. But once I got more familiar with pricing and making sure that I maximized the value in what I offered, I was able to purposely have something saved to invest back into the business. And I started to do more. So I started to invest in ads, I started to invest in new equipment, things of that nature. But now that I have this passive income that doesn't have any purpose, it's like I'm free to do whatever with it. And it's not necessarily free money, but it feels like it in some ways. So, what I'm interested in doing now is trying out subscription services that I was kind of hesitant to try out because with anything, it's going to cost you. And I do have my expenses lined out for certain things. And there were some things that I wanted to try that did not fit in my original budget. But now that I have this passive income coming in from these digital products, I'm able to take more calculated risk. And I say calculated because any risk that you take, you still want it to make sense, you still want it to be beneficial. So now I'm able to try something out. And if I don't like it, I'm not upset because I don't even really see it as losing money because it's just there to spend on that specific purpose. Like whatever it is that I was interested in trying before that I didn't, now I have this extra money to try things out. And in seeing that I am able to create this passive income, it's made me more focused on how I can create more of it. Because, like I mentioned before, all you have to do is do the work one time. And after that, it's going to continue to work for you. So it is a win win situation. And if you guys are curious about a way to maximize your passive income even more, affiliate marketing. Now, I've just gotten started with it. I am an affiliate of Grammarly, so I included my link in my first ebook and I included it in the second one. But you also want to make sure that it is relevant to what you're doing. You don't just want to throw a whole bunch of affiliate links at people because then it's going to make it seem like that's the only reason why you're putting this product out, and that is not true. So, you want to make sure that it's relevant to what you are doing. And because my first ebook was about writing, I included it in the content. But because the key to accountability didn't really discuss writing, I saved it until the end to give my readers a choice as to whether or not, like, oh, so if you are interested in this, then check it out. Instead of just throwing it in their face or trying to make it fit my content when it really didn't fit. In any event that I do have an ebook and it just seems like it does not fit at all, it will not be included. But almost always, I'm quite sure I can find ways to include it. But I say all of that to say to make sure that whatever affiliate marketing that you're using, it fits what you're offering. Because you don't just want to make it seem like you're just throwing all these things in people's face so that you can make money. You still want to offer value. But once you do put your affiliate links in your products, you are able to make money twice off of one sale. So you sold it, and then now you're making another sale once they click on your link. And again, it's a very beautiful combination. And probably once I really start making the big bucks, I'll start spending the money on myself because it is important to pay yourself. But right now, I'm really happy with being able to just invest in the business because I'm able to see it expand and to see it grow. And as I mentioned in the ad that I posted for tonight's video, I wanted to give you guys a little hint as to whether or not, you need to create a digital product or not. Because I know probably listening to me, you were like, yeah, that sounds great, but I still don't know if it's for me. Again, if you get a lot of questions from your clients, potential clients, leads, prospects, and you spend a lot of time answering those questions, or that's the type of content that people engage with the most on social media, is things that people reach out to you about in your DMs, create the digital product. This is your sign. Because it's something that people want from you, it's something that they want to see more from you. And even if you already have one product out and you said that was all that you were going to do, it's a one and done, create an inventory. I am so happy now that I can say that I have 2 ebooks, and I also have 2 mini ebooks that are available for $1, and I was excited to see someone purchase that. It's like, oh wow. And I'm just glad that I'm able to build. And if you do want to see like any substantial amount of income, you have to have an inventory. You have to have more than one. And especially with me being familiar with the literary world, most successful authors, they have multiple books. And you're able to plug your books in your next book and so forth and so on. And that's how you're able to continue to solidify yourself as an expert in your field. You can continue to free up your time because you're answering more of these questions and you're able to expand your business. Because now that you have this inventory, you are offering more to people, you are reaching people more, you are impacting people more. So I hope that you guys enjoy tonight's video. Let me see what time it is. So perfect. It is 6:16. Like I said, my goal is to keep these videos short and to the point so it's not a lot of information for you to consume. So if you didn't catch the recap that I just did, so 3 reasons why your business needs digital products. Number 1, it solidifies you as an expert in your field. Number 2, it frees up your time. And number 3, it helps you invest in your business. So in the event that you were considering it, start doing your research, start figuring out what platform is going to work for you, because it's a lot of different things out there. And I remember years ago, it really wasn't that much out there. And now it's like there are so many different options. And don't be afraid to invest. There are some platforms where you might have to pay to use, and even with me using Gumroad, they take a certain percentage. You have to learn to be okay with that because you have to invest in artists who make money. And that was the hardest thing for me to understand once upon a time. But I'm so glad that I got over that and I am able to just continue to see myself elevate and continue to see myself grow because of it. And the business is elevating and growing right along with me. So if you guys have any questions about anything that I discussed tonight, feel free to leave me a comment, send me a DM. You can also DM me if you want to appear in a future live video with me. And feel free to go to the link in the bio. Make sure you get the key to accountability for $14.99. You have 2 weeks to take advantage of that price before it goes up. And also check out my previous ebook. Go to the website, browse around, check out my portfolio. If you want to work with me, you can schedule a consultation or you can fill out the contact us form. And if there are any topics that you want me to discuss in a future live video, feel free to leave that in the comments as well. And I would love for you guys to join me next week on at She Writes Masterpieces. So I'm going to be doing Let It Go Wednesday. And I do have a topic in mind, but I am not going to announce it until I know for certain that's what I'm going to do. But I do feel as if, it's time to talk about it. So be on the lookout for that. It is going to be a super special, super emotional live video. I promise not to cry. But it's really something that I want to do not only for me but for other people, because I think a lot of people don't realize that they need a release from this way of thinking. So I look forward to sharing that with you guys. So to make sure that you do not miss that live, head over to at She Writes Masterpieces and you can follow me there. Click the bell so you can get the notification when I go live. And again, thank you guys so much for tuning in with me tonight, and I will see you guys later. Bye.